Hey beauties, welcome back to my channel. In today's video I'm going to be a story time, and you guys can already guess what the story time is about by the title. So let's get right into it. FYI, I just got the shower and I'm literally sitting on my floor lotioning my legs because why not? Why not? So yeah, if I'm looking a little hurt in this video, it's because that bitch don't got no makeup on. And yeah, it is what it is. It is what it is. I'm not gonna tell you guys the boy that was involved in this, because I know like a lot of people that went to high school with me watch my YouTube videos. Thanks for the support. But a lot of them watch my YouTube videos, and if I describe this boy, or if I say his name or like any details really about him, you're gonna know exactly who I'm talking about. And I don't talk to him anymore, so yeah. And this video is kind of like not embarrassing on his behalf, but you know, he was a kid. I was a kid. This boy and me in school were kind of associates. We seen each other in the hallway, we could chat it up. He was not like any of like my guy friends in school that like I would go to like and just sit next to and talk to. No, if he was there, we would talk. If not, oh well. I'm gonna name him Tony. So Tony and I were cool. Like I said, we've been known each other. We, out of all the years that me and Tony have known each other, we never were like, never. He was never my type of person. Like he was always doing the most, kind of an airhead, but not in a cute way. Like he was just always so like, I don't even know how to describe this kid. But yeah, so Tony in school was, I would consider in the popular crowd. He wore nice clothing brand. He was very much a goofball in school. He was very much cocky, like super cocky. But he kind of like, you know, when like, you know, a guy is nervous to talk to a girl, that is very much him. And I promise you, I was one of those girls that I wasn't cute enough to get talked to in high school, but I was funny, goofy, approachable, for basically the good-looking guys to come talk to me, for me to put them onto my friends, because I'm not gonna lie, I had a very good-looking group of friends in high school. Not even in high school, I'm talking about middle schoolish type of years. This is like 7th, 8th grade, I think that this happened. Maybe even 6th grade. Like, you ever seen that meme on Facebook say like that one girl in high school or middle school that was like, give me $1, but I was that girl to this one kid in high school. His name was Rodney. Yo, like, I remember going up to this guy every day and be like, yo, you got $1? Yo, you got $1? And he would hook me up though. Like, that was my boy. But yeah, anyways, at this time, I think I started talking to this boy because I asked Tony for $1, because Rodney, I don't think, was around or wasn't in school or something. But I think I remember asking Tony. Tony ended up giving me $1 because, you know, a bitch needs snacks and shit. But he ended up giving me $1. So me and Tony like started chatting up, like we were talking. At this point, it was kind of known like around that he liked it, one of my friends. He asked me to put him on to one of my friends. So I'm like, you know what? Let me go work my magic. Hang on. Give me a second. So I go over to, let's name her Bethany. Bethany and Tony. So I go over to, actually Beth. I go over to Beth. And I tell her, hey, Tony really likes you. He thinks you're very cute. He wants to know if you'll be his girlfriend. At first, I'm not gonna lie, like at first she wasn't with it. Like she was like, no. Cause like I said, Tony was popular but he was like popular for like, I mean this in the nicest way. He was just so airheadish. Like, anyways, he was an airhead. So she was not with it. And I'm like, girl, like, he's giving me $1. I'm gonna need you to go over there and talk it up. I'm gonna need you to pretend real quick. And I remember her going over there, and she spoke to him for a little bit, whatever. I don't, truthfully, this was like so long ago, I don't really remember if they ended up dating. I don't remember how far like their conversation went, their talk went. All I know is sis got $1. I did my part. All right, I did my part. Me and Tony, we ended up becoming closer friends and kind of like talking and, you know, just getting to know each other a little bit more. Not on no other level than just friends, right? And Tony basically got on like a little phone schedule, whatever, and we would talk like occasionally on the phone, like but truthfully our minds just didn't really like click. We really didn't have that much to talk about, because I only remember being on the phone with him but a couple of times, truthfully. If our minds click, boy, I'm gonna be calling you like hello. So he called my house phone for me, and after a certain amount of rings, oh sorry, I have to hold like something in my hand. After a certain amount of rings, it would go to my father's cell phone. So I think after 4 or 5 rings, it would automatically go to my dad's cell phone, yada, yada, yada. So Tony calls me, and he was like, hey, like, what's up? What are you doing? I tell him, like, oh, I'm about to go outside with my friends. I'll call you, like, later on or whatever, right? He was like, all right, cool. Within me walking out of my house, Tony calls. Caller ID says, like, I'm like, hello? Like, it was his number. So I'm like, hello? And he's like, oh, I kind of want to talk. This kid was not taking no for an answer. In a way, he was kind of like creeping me out that I was just telling him like, no, because he must have kept on calling. Legit, I told him 2 times. I remember telling him 2 times, hey, I'm going outside. Like, I can't talk right now. I remember going out the door and hearing the phone ring. And I went back to look on my caller ID, and it was Tony calling. I come back inside. And at this point, my dad is home. So I come back inside and the phone rings. I look at the phone. It's Tony. My dad gives me this look like Tony must have been calling the whole time. Well, Tony was calling the whole time I was outside. My dad is like, pick up the phone and tell your friend, stop calling this house. Anybody that knows my dad, he's a little intimidating. Like, he's a little scary. So I pick up and I tell him like, hey, I can't talk right now. My dad's really mad that you keep on calling the house. Like, I can't talk. When I tell you, I told Tony I cannot talk on the phone because my dad is irritated that you keep on calling. You would have thought he would have stopped, right? He truthfully didn't care about my life. That's the moment when I knew he didn't care about my life, because he kept calling. Tony kept calling, to the point my dad picked up the phone at least 3 times, cursing this kid out. Stop calling my phone. Stop calling my phone. Because he was letting it go to my dad's cell phone at this point. My dad ended up turning off his cell phone. My dad ended up disconnecting. You know, back in the day, your phone was connected to the wall. But my dad ended up disconnecting the phone line or muting it or something like that. He probably muted it. But yeah. I just remember getting in that night. I got in so much trouble, like, for giving out my phone number. I remember hearing the phone ring and like my heart dropping. Like, why? Like, can you just stop? Like, can you? I don't know if you're trying to be funny. I don't know if you really are trying to talk to me. But please stop, because not only are you keeping me out, but bro, you're gonna get me in trouble. Okay, right? All I remember is hearing my dad's voicemail, and it's Tony's voice, and I'm like literally like, why? He left my dad a voicemail basically telling my dad the F does my dad think he is, for telling him to stop calling me. He can do whatever he wants. He's gonna kidnap me. My dad will see my picture on the back of like a milk carton. And I remember him exactly saying, like, you will see your daughter's picture on the back of a milk carton. And literally going off on my dad's cell phone, going off on the voice. But my dad, I can only imagine my dad, like, being a parent now, I can only imagine like his first thought, like, first of all, this kid Tony on the phone sounds like a grown-ass man. So automatically my dad thought I was talking to somebody like way older. And then I told my dad, like, no, this kid is in my grade. Like, you know what I mean? Like, trying to like calm my dad. My dad was hot. My dad was so hot. So I told my dad who it was. I told my dad I didn't know where he lived, because at that point I didn't know where Tony lived. Somehow, I don't know how, my dad ended up finding out where Tony lived. Anybody that lives like in PCP knows, obviously, PCP setup. As a kid, I grew up living in H section. Tony lived in E section. So I remember, like, we're driving to like the front of the gate, yada yada yada. We start making turns and I'm like, what? Like, where are we going? We pull up to this house and my dad is on the phone. I remember my dad on the phone like, oh, I'm at this little punk ass kid's house. Sorry for all the curses. But he's like, I'm at this punk ass kid's house. I'm gonna go talk to his parents and I'll call you back later. My only thought is, I really hope Tony doesn't see me inside this car, because low-key, that's kind of embarrassing. I had my window like cracked, so I'm listening. All of a sudden I see my dad back up in the driveway, and my dad backs up and I see Tony's dad comes outside. This is the first time obviously I'm seeing him, but I'm guessing like this is his dad. So which it was. His dad comes out, him and my dad are talking. My dad's like, yo, can I like, is your son's name da, 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 da. He's like, yeah, why, what's up? And automatically, like, Tony's dad is like on the defense too. Because, you know, if anybody comes to their door knocking, like, approaching about their kid, like, they're gonna be on some shit, right? So my dad is like, oh, like, he's been calling my house. I told him stop calling my house, and this is the voicemail that I wake up to. You know, flipped open the phone, played the voicemail for him. Boom. Yo, Tony's dad was just like not, I would say shocked, but he was kind of like, I think he was a little embarrassed that that was his son. So whatever, Tony's dad, like, they start chatting it up, da da da. And once my dad was like my dad had asked him what his son's age was, and you know, once like my dad had confirmed that he was my age, he was in my grade, and you know, somebody was, I had to go to school with, but he still wanted like some type of like, yo, I want to, like, not that I want to hear you tell your kid something or whatever, but you know, I just want to make you aware of what your kid is doing. Whatever. Tony's dad ends up calling him outside. All I see is Tony coming outside, right? And he had like a little grin on, like a little smirk or whatever, right? So his dad has my dad's cell phone in his hand and he's playing the voicemail to him. He's like, is this you? Tony gonna be like, no, that ain't me. Sis, you gonna say that wasn't you on that voicemail? So Tony's dad is like, yes, the fuck it is. And yo, literally, all I seen was Tony's dad's hand cocked back right across Tony's face. Oh my God. He was bright red. And I was just like, oh my God, I hope you don't know that I'm in the car. Oh my God, I hope you don't see me in the car. Oh my God. Right? I remember seeing Tony in school and I'm just like, oh, I don't like, because at this point, I just feel like I can't talk to you. I can't be friends with you. Like, even later on in high school, I remember seeing Tony in school and not being able to even look at him, because I'm just like, bro, we could have been friends. We really could have been friends. I could have put you on to one of my other friends. If you was mad that my other friend wasn't trying to get with you, I don't know. You ever like have these little situations where, you know, you're the middle guy and you're trying to put somebody on to like one of your friends, but low key they was either trying to talk to you or low key they started feeling you because they fell in love with this and shit. But I don't know if that's what happened, because maybe he did this thinking he was being funny, not realizing he wasn't being funny at all. And I remember telling the friend that I was trying to set him up with, and she looked at, yo, the face that she gave me, she was like, are you serious? And you over here gonna set me up with it? And I'm just like, I know, sis, I know. But yeah, hopefully you guys like this short little story time. Definitely like, comment, and subscribe to my channel, and stay tuned for the next video. Bye, guys.